Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to sincerely thank Mike from Rough Media for giving a European, yet medium-sized, but global player in the woodworking industry the opportunity to present our product philosophy to such a sophisticated list of guests like you are, as I understand. When I first saw the green speaker list, I frankly felt slightly nervous to be among those people presenting. Being 26 years of age and forming the second generation of Schotten and Hansen. I'm thrilled, but I'm humbled to be in this position. And so I called Mike for advice. He said, "Max, don't feel intimidated, but above all, don't make this a sales pitch." And I said, "Okay, I'm not going to. However, I do want to tell you one thing tonight. And it's not going to cost you anything else but your attention and readiness to challenge everything you know about woodworking and its applications in interior outfitting." So on behalf of Schotten and Hansen and Eva Loing, our exclusive sales representative in Hong Kong, and above all on behalf of my father, the founding CEO and visionary of Schotten and Hansen, I want to sell to you the notion that wooden products can in fact be loyal companions and that are as durable and reliable as Mother Nature herself. But like with all things of that nature, we need to treat or process wood in a manner that allows it to unfold its full potential and be as durable and reliable as it ought to be. So this morning I read in an industry report that the global market for wood flooring is projected to reach 10 billion square feet by 2020, driven by urbanization in emerging markets and a rise in new construction and renovation. The research report further states that the Asia-Pacific rim represents the largest as well as fastest growing market worldwide. That is led by China, obviously. But also in the rest of the world, wood flooring represents a popular flooring option, as opposed to stone or laminate, for example. Unlike the other flooring options though, production of wood flooring emits fewer greenhouse gases and therefore has a smaller carbon footprint. But these superficial conversations completely ignore what is happening after they have been shipped from the factory and installed at the customer's site. If a tree needs 300 years to grow, that is around 4 generations. And if we have to, before we can process it, and if we have to replace the same wood floor every 5 to 10 years, then let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, how sustainable are wooden products at the end of their life cycle? Whereas the industry strives to prolong the lifetime of wood floors by using solid timber floors whose surfaces you can sand more often, we from Schotten and Hansen go completely against these conventions. And instead, we firmly believe that the key to sustainability in woodworking lies in the art of creating durable surfaces that, however, don't compromise on the naturally aesthetic surface quality. One that is open and breathable, elastic and warm, easy to clean and repair. From experience, we can tell that that is what adds to better living. Products by Schotten and Hansen can age with dignity. Each of our custom-made wood pieces matures along its owner, developing a highly unique character that will remain for future generations. Our products have been installed all around the world, in sometimes seemingly inhospitable settings, with high humidity and constant foot traffic, like in the first class lounges at the Cathay Pacific in Hong Kong's airport. So in case of mechanical damages, no sanding is required. This way, the surface quality cannot just be preserved, but it can also be heightened as it gets older. We've had customers requesting the exact same floor as in New York's Crosby Street Hotel, after having been subjected, to high heels for 5 consecutive years. So lacquered floors, on the other hand, would look damaged, forcing hotels to stop operations in affected areas during sanding. My father, Torben, believes that quality derives from the proper treatment of wooden veneers, not its thickness or its origin. He has studied the architecture of wood and its behavior ever since he founded the company 32 years ago. Today, he sees himself as the translator between nature and the architect. Wood is a living material, and we handle it with due respect. It shares many of even our human characteristics, in that it can be sustainable, sturdy, and a beautifully aging companion in our living environments. As a matter of fact, even the microscopic architecture of trees is comparable to our porous human skins, the biggest organ of our aging bodies. So when we cut trees into what is called veneers for further processing, the wooden surfaces expose the tiny capillaries that once used to serve as vital pathways through which water and soil nutrients would reach up into the tree's leaves and fruits. Think of it as your own human vascular system. Water by itself is not bad for wood. On the contrary, trees need water to grow and flourish, and processed wood can indeed handle water if it's hot or cold. The notion, however, that wood can handle water goes completely against the industry paradigm, where at best you have to wipe the floor with a damp cloth. This was an example where the floor had been damaged, and through our own proprietary cleaning products, we were able to restore the natural aesthetic appeal of the wooden surface. So, in contrary to the industry paradigm, Schotten and Hansen applies a lot of hot boiling water in order to cleanse the capillaries of their brownish minerals during manufacturing, leaving behind the bare wooden tissue. So afterwards, in order to restore the vitality and the strength of the wooden surfaces after washing, we return all the essences of oils, resins, and waxes in a unique combination. So whereas oils would penetrate into the texture of the wood, the resin would bind and preserve the oils in the wood. Waxes, on the other hand, remain on the surface of the wood, providing a natural protection from water and mechanical influences. Wax hardens over time, but remains supple enough to move with the wood as it shrinks and expands. So mixing oils, waxes, and resins in their purest forms can create a mixture that nourishes the wood's surface. We entirely refuse using solvent-based adhesives, as well as would commonly be applied in the wood-flooring industry. In nature, generation is a naturally occurring process. A tree heals its own wounds, and based on this principle, we've developed our own care products to mimic this process, which cleans, renews, and nourishes the surface. Our patented surface procedures mean that our products are not susceptible to the effects of water. This doesn't just make cleaning easier. It also means that you can use our products in bathrooms, wet rooms, and in extreme climate conditions. Take, for example, the London's Haymarket Hotel, where floors have been installed all around their massive swimming pools, or this beautiful yacht we've recently done. So to wrap up, what can you take with you? It's perhaps that quality wooden surfaces can support our comfort and well-being for a lifetime. They mature with us as they age, and their patina grows ever richer over time. Rising upwards from the roots, trees can create a dialogue between earth and sky that symbolizes growth and our lasting natural heritage. It's a connection that teaches us to value the world we live in and treat it with due respect. And that is not just our responsibility, but it's also our mission. So we hope we could sell to you and appreciate it. I hope you can appreciate now the durability aspects that we see with sustainability and better living. And thanks for your attention.